Hello and welcome back to the latest episode of Short Term Rentals podcast, now on episode 7. My name is Paul Stevens, news editor of Short Term Rentals, and today I'm speaking to Noelia Novella, who is the CEO of Doinn, which is a house cleaning company that provides professional disinfection, cleaning, linen and laundry services. Hello Noelia, how are you?
Hello Paul, super happy to join you. One of your podcasts, super excited.
We're delighted to have you. And where are you today?
I'm in Madrid. I've been living in Madrid for a year already. It's been a little bit more intense being locked down in our place, but good. Happy to be here.
Glad to hear it. So today, as you know, we're going to be talking about the differences between cleaning and disinfection, the booking buffer tool initiatives implemented by companies such as Airbnb, and then also how this pandemic may lead to greater professionalisation within the short-term rental space. So Noelia, my first question would be, how has Doinn been affected by the COVID-19 crisis so far?
So, highly impacted by this global pandemic because we serve property managers and we serve cleaning companies and their business stopped, so did ours, right? But on the other hand, our mission from the beginning, 5 years ago, has been to implement professional and operational companies and processes for disinfection and cleanliness in the accommodation sector. So I think more than ever, our mission is becoming real, right? More than ever, it is completely necessary to have these professional cleaning companies renewing the trust of our guests and make them to feel safe in our properties, right? So a little bit sad on one side. It was necessary to have a pandemic for people to realize the importance about professional cleaning in terms of disinfection and in terms of safety. But happy that finally we are getting all this attention on all this importance.
So I guess at the moment we're seeing a lot of these different terms being bandied around, and we're not quite sure sort of what the differences are between cleaning and disinfection. So speaking to an expert like yourself and professionally speaking, what would you say is the difference between cleaning and disinfection? And then also how important is it then to invest in the right equipment and services?
Okay, so basically to clean is to remove the dirt. It might be with water, okay, just to remove and to make the surface clean. And when you want to disinfect, you need to put a product, a chemical, and leave it there to do the effect during a little bit. And in that sense, we are sure we kill the bacteria, we kill the viruses, we kill the COVID, right? In terms of equipment, it's not that much about the equipment, but about the chemicals. And that's where the professional cleaning companies, they do have access to different chemicals, to more professional stuff. Just with bleach, that is one of the recommendations to do the disinfection, and people does a lot of strange things to mix it with other products, and we need to understand that chemicals are chemicals, and sometimes they can block the effect of the other one if you put them together, right? So in my end, we could have these professional products in any supermarket, and people start mixing them out, we will start having a situation of blowing up the bucket, right? So that's why the professional cleaning companies are so important. The kind of products they can use are even more flexible, right? When we talk about textiles, when we talk about how to do the disinfection of a sofa, it is true that the bleach is good, but you can actually put bleach in a sofa, right? We do have specific products to spray and to guarantee a disinfection of a textile, for example.
And just to be clear as well, you definitely don't approve of injecting disinfectants into the skin either.
Into the skin? No, the skin.
Yeah, just to make that absolutely clear with everyone.
Yes.
And then my third question is, so recently we've seen a lot more of these different programs coming out, cleaning, and one of the companies taking more of the lead of that has been Airbnb. So what do you make of these booking buffer tool initiatives that we're seeing from certain companies that will aim to establish these potentially 72-hour gaps between stays to allow for cleaning and to allow for the cleaning to take place? And do you think that they should be mandatory for all properties?
From my point of view, it's absolutely unnecessary. And in fact, we are right now providing cleaning services or disinfection services to our apartments that are hosting healthcare professionals. And sometimes the window times are really very short. The risk here is for the cleaning companies, for the cleaners. They actually need to be wearing a PPE, right? They have to be protected, because we have to think that this virus can take 3 hours to set down. So actually the virus can be in the air for a while, quite a while, right? But in any case, if the cleaning company is protected, the cleaners are protected, and they do a proper disinfection there is absolutely no risk. I mean, not absolutely, but we have to think that they can actually get the virus in the elevator. They can actually get the virus everywhere, right? There has to be some changes. I agree about that. Everything that is unnecessary in terms of decoration, for example, pillows and so on, well, if they are not necessary, avoid the risk. If there is a way to make the guests to take out the shoes, whatever they get into the apartment, that will save them potentially from getting of the virus. And I believe most of the changes are actually coming for the cleaners, what they have to do, what they have to wear, how many times they have to wash their hands to avoid contamination from other places or from the street. But I believe 3 days is too much, not even 24. That's my opinion. I mean, yeah, we'll see what does the science bring. Because there are actually not enough studies yet. That's the issue here, that we're speculating based in the other coronavirus and the previous one, but there are actually not so many proofs about how resistant it is in fact, and which are the methodologies we need to use to avoid them. Well, we know that for a cleaning company, it's very normal to do disinfection. We have been doing this forever. It doesn't make sense for us to be cleaning a surface and not disinfect it, because for that you have the cleaner that used to clean the house of my grandma, right? But that's why we are bringing the professionals, and that's the difference in terms of standard operation procedures, products, and so on.
Of course, and we're seeing, I think, an increasing number of people who are now speculating about what the post-COVID-19 landscape is going to look like, and there's all sorts of predictions going around. So from your perspective, will this pandemic lead to greater professionalisation within the industry in terms of cleaning and sanitisation? And then on top of that, how do you think it might then shape future guest preferences?
Professionalization in terms of cleaning for me is clear, but it has been always like that. I mean, I've been talking to the OTAs for 5 years, asking that it was absolutely necessary for several reasons. One is safety, but the second one is also the standardization of the guest experience with regards to cleaning. Okay, and I fell in love with the industry 7 years ago. But for a lot of people, 2020 is going to be the first time they Airbnb, right? So if their experience right now in terms of cleaning in a time where everyone is super picky, if they don't get if they don't feel safe in there, it's going to affect the whole industry. So yes, please, finally, it's the right opportunity to make this happen. Also, the possibility of having these companies will give you a certified. We do have a stamp where the guests can feel a professional cleaning has been done there, and they feel a little bit more relaxed and safe. It's going to be a lot of psychological play here. They need something to touch. They need to feel that something has happened. I don't know. I used to travel with my knives when I go to Airbnb, because I like my knives for cooking. But I don't think people is going to be traveling with a microscope to check if the germs are still there, right? So we just need to be able to communicate very, very well that we are using all these professional products, professional cleaning professional linen laundry as well, right? So they are safe as they have always been, in fact.
So thank you very much.
Hope this makes sense.
Of course. Well, thank you very much for joining me today, Noelia, and for being our latest guest on the podcast.
You're more than welcome and more than happy. You know, I love what you guys are doing, and I love that finally people is listening about the importance of the cleaning. Super glad to be here. Thank you.
Finally, just a reminder that you can follow all of the latest news, features, opinions, video interviews, and podcasts like we've just done with Noelia from the global short-term rental industry on ShortTermRentalz.com, where you can also sign up to our weekly newsletters, which now come out every Monday and now Thursday. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.